Well, it appears that the dragons want it, so I guess it is finally time to show Jason Montoya what the dragon means when he uses the word exterminatus.
What is your life?
My honor is my life.
What is your fate?
My duty is my fate.
What is your fear?
My fear is to fail.
What is your reward?
My salvation is my reward.
What is your craft?
My craft is death.
What is your pledge?
My pledge is eternal service.
Make imperial justice account in all balance. The Emperor protects.
So here, Jason says, even Speedkicks recognizes how great Tekken 8 is looking and playing. So this is Speedkicks saying on August 4th, they should have reverted that patch, bro. The rest of us need all of them nerfed if we want a fun game, implying that the game right now is not fun. Yo, this is mad funny to look back on. I played Season 2 Horang for 1 hour, tagged the devs, got ignored.
And character attacks, really character assassination. You're getting me pretty close to just saying we're not having the discussion.
There's no personal attacks on you here. He's attacking your the way you characterize things on Tekken.
I said it is also about you because you use words to describe people like me, which I don't like, and you treat people that are about Tekken in a way I don't like. And I think this is important when you say there are two sides. You are interrupting me again. Why are you interrupting me all the time?
You're correct.
You say there are two sides of the coin. Your side of the coin sometimes looks a bit unpleasant to me. I just want to highlight this and want to have an explanation for this.
I was trained by the original American Koreans here. And so,
Jason,
by running hundreds of events, competing in hundreds of events, through the entire franchise where you just started Tekken 6, I think I know a little something.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, more evidence that Season 2 Tekken is great. Showcasing again, there was an overreaction to Season 2. Yes, 1% needed tuning, so that is tuned. Otherwise, the vast majority of the update was excellent. So seeing as you were trained by the original American Koreans, Howard and Tom Hilfiger.
Sometimes this is just about the holistic feel, bro.
I want you to tell me what they did to that.
I don't play Leo, so I'm really not interested.
You don't know.
I don't know that with Leo.
Okay, you just a few minutes ago told me, like very condescendingly, that you got trained by the American Koreans, like you love to always repeat, by the American Koreans. Tom
because
Hilfiger,
it's cool as
Howard.
hell, bro.
It is cool as hell. I agree with you, but
you would have liked it, bro. I'm telling you.
Look, I know who Tom Hilfiger is. Okay, I know who Tom.
Guys, stop talking over each other.
You can't. Why are you interrupting me so much? Please.
Yeah.
Finding truth, bro.
Jason, I want to find truth. I really do. I want nothing more than to. Why are you interrupting? You are interrupting me again.
You want to tell people how bad I am,
guys.
Tekken is like whether a person likes chocolate or vanilla. Chocolate is wrong if they like it. I mean, it's a personal taste. And the reason I say the vast majority is good is because new moves, which all the characters got, dude, they're fun. They're fun new moves. They add to the people's kits.
Asuka, Naniwa, Gusto, forward 1+2, and running 1+2. So,
right.
Can you describe to me what this move does? What these two moves do?
Well, I don't play Asuka, but I do know that they're plus on hit, and people have really argued that. I don't know, +4, +5, +6. Look, I'm not as well versed in data as I used to be, frame data, because I'm not playing it 8 to 12 hours.
You play more than me.
Then, again, you attack me from the angle. Well, you don't even know the exact plus frames.
But
is it about me again? All right, let's talk about the game. Okay, I'm trying to keep this.
I talk about the game.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get to the point. Okay,
but this is my point.
I have to illustrate that you're still coming in on a strange kind of adjacent ad hominem attack.
Hey, Jason, you make this impossible for me.
So Asuka, it's okay that she received these moves, and here's why. Okay, because in Tekken 7, Tekken 5, Tekken 4, Tekken 3, Tekken, she was in 3 if I remember right. But all those, was she? I don't even remember anymore.
It is literally going to take years at this pace.
I was could have started in 5.
Okay, so through all those games that she was in, she was really not one
Jason.
that the elite players would take to win tournaments. Like if you were playing for $1 million, it was pretty rare that any player would say like, "Oh, you got to take Asuka." Like Asuka's the one, okay? And the reason it's okay they give them these new moves is because evolution is not bad.
But what new move?
I understand that this has impacted her defensive character type, and that she's maybe not as defensive as she used to be. But the argument against that, the other side of the coin is, well, then is she forced to be stuck in B tier status forever? Like that's
Jason,
kind of unfair to the character.
that's not my point. That's not my point. My point is, you said it is okay that they gave her these moves. What does the move do? Please explain to me exactly. What does these two moves? What do they do?
They're more offensive.
Okay. Look, to me, it would. Okay, let me phrase this differently. It would, to me, be fine if you just say you don't know. And honestly, I don't care about your.
But I can't say that, Finn.
Look, I wasn't.
I
wasn't done because look,
right.
you said the move is plus on block, like maybe +4, maybe something. This move is +11 on block in Heat. +11, Jason. Do you think it is good to have a mid that is a launcher in Heat being +2 on block, and to have a running 1+2 that is a high that goes from +4 to +11 on block and also launches on normal hit? Do you think this is fine? This is just my question.
There are some moves that give me +13 on block. And it's a
Do you think this move is fine?
It's a poke. So let me give you an example. Hurong's while standing 3. It's +13. Guess what I get? I get a free heat engager that in addition gives me a +9.
You didn't give me an answer. Well, you basically did. You said this is fine, but you said not really why. You just said because holistically people shit is strong. You then immediately used Hurong's while standing 3. I don't know why. Because would you remind me, Jason, what is Hurong's while standing 3 on block now?
I don't remember what it is. It's safe. So
no, it's not anymore.
Oh, is it not anymore? Okay, yeah. So I would find that out in online player tournament play. The same thing is they all have access to powerful tools. Like, again, this goes back to the very beginning of this so-called debate, is that you don't take the nuance I give, and that's fine. Like, I don't even have a problem.
I don't take the nuance you give? Are you kidding me right now? You didn't even know this move.
No, because I don't care about your standard. Because I know I know what I know.
Okay, maybe the audience cares about my standard, so I will.
They can see that I know enough. So
look, my standard.
You don't know 100% about the game either. That's my standard.
That is true. But I know
every 100% about the game.
But Jason,
that's my standard to you.
No, Jason,
do you know 100% about the game?
Jason, can you just
you're not meeting my
one
standard.
moment? Let me look. You know my I think that I actually know enough about season 2 and the game. You don't.
I don't think you know.
Shut the fuck up for one moment. Holy fucking shit. Look, my standard is that maybe. Look, my fucking standard is that you should maybe be able to describe the new season 2 move you use on your main character. You can't even do that.
I will get to your question by sidestepping the question. That was a yes or no question. Do me a favor, Mark.
We didn't even get to the Ty tweet, which is fucking hilarious. Like either he doesn't know, or like I don't know, he tries to fuck with me here. Because look, support positive content creators. Great video. I agree. I wanted to make a video about Ty because Ty is actually my favorite player. If anyone wants to know who my favorite player is, it is Ty. Why is it Ty? Because Ty plays in a way that makes you want to play Tekken 8. He plays so clean and so it's sexy. I can't have a better word for it. But you know what Ty says? This game is a piece of shit and not a real Tekken game. I normally don't even complain blah 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 about shit like this, which is the titty update. And then we have this, which is like I wonder if Jason knew about this. So biggest Tekken 8 dick rider on the planet isn't even a real human. Bro forgot to remove the chat GPT in the beginning. Lemao I added. Yes.
Oh my god, that's chat GPT. Wait, let me read it to the chat so they know in case they can't see. Hell
no, and look,
no,
yes,
Jason.
Because you will walk away from this today. You have not yet seen everything. Okay? You have not yet, guys, you have not yet seen everything. This guy is funny. So this guy not wrong, he is a casual, so if he likes the game, more power to him, not gonna lie. No problem with this statement. Finn act like he's a pro player or something. Well, look, the truth is, I am not, obviously. What got me is this. If you know anyone who put a thumbs up in here, find them. The problem is not that the guy is a casual, and first of all, he doesn't call himself a casual. He says he is the opposite. If he likes the game, that's not the problem. The problem is not that he likes the game or not. That is not the problem here. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, wait. Did this guy get it? Being a casual enjoying the game is one thing. Writing a long essay under every piece of constructive criticism for the game on Twitter without having any knowledge about the game. This guy gets it. I'm amazed. Thumbs up. About the underlying mechanics is another. When you try to make yourself the figurehead of the Tekken 8's great position, people have every right to ask you, ask you a question to see if you actually have a point or if you're just full of shit. It's not that complicated. Exactly. Who is that? X2 grind Tekken. Bro, I will suck your cock if I ever find you. Montoya is a clown. I lose brain cells. And while giving feedback, we can stay positive about the game's future. Anyway, have a great day. Okay. Monty is slippery here. Claims you're attacking him personally when you are really attacking the ideas at hand. Yes. I read some people that said like, oh, Finn doesn't do a good job debating this. The problem is there's nothing to debate, right? You can't actually debate him or his ideas because he's plain out wrong and everyone knows it. Actually, it was a waste of time and just a exercise in fun because there is not actually a debate because you saw what happens when I press him about specific moves, issues, design choices. He says, I don't know. That's a ridiculous standard. So for someone to expect to know what he talks about when it comes to the thing that he judges, which is Season 2, to expect that he knows a little bit about it, as someone who has 30 years of experience and thousands of hours, sorry, I'm crashing out, thousands of hours of Tekken 8 experience, that is a ridiculous standard. Let that sink into your brains. Look, Warrens gets it. Bro had to dangle that, 30 years, thousands of hours in front of him just because he can only say it is cleaner. I mean, he gets it. I mean, he fucking gets it. This Montoya guy is clueless. Finn asks him very direct questions about... Yes, very direct questions about the game, and he can't even give a straight yes or no answer. Oh god, guys, look, there's it. It's again... blah blah blah, blah blah blah, and not if personal attack that asserts a person with 30 years of experience. Thousands of hours of Tekken 8. Guys, Chris, you get this, right? To summarize, hyperbolic nuance, holistic nuances. Tommy Hilfiger, Vanilla vs. Chocolate. Apparently, only 1% of Season 2 needed to have fine tuning. Asuka, Korean American. Oh yes. Jason yelling foul to the moderator every time Finn calls him out on his lack of knowledge is so frustrating. Yes, that really was personal attack. Bro, I'm asking you if you know about this. Personal attack. Are you fucking kidding me? You don't understand. And paint people with legitimate concerns. Yes. And paint people with legitimate concerns with the direction of the game as problematic. Yes. This, I underestimate sometimes the audience because people get it. I don't even need to... I have this problem, guys. I'm gonna tell you, I have this problem. Usually when I do these debates with people on my channel, right? I always interrupt them and tell them to shut the fuck up, right? Like they open their mouths and I immediately tell them to shut up. Because the first word already makes it obvious that only dog shit comes out of their mouth, and I feel personally insulted that they would even open their mouth for such worthless dog shit, right? So I interrupt them. With Jason, I particularly restrained myself to let him talk. Because if you talk with an idiot, the best thing you can do to make people see that he's an idiot is let him talk. I saw some people say, oh, Finn should have, for example, pointed out this stuff of he wants to be favorable with Murray and shit. Like, he does this because he wants Murray to be on his good sides and maybe he wants to, like, have a pat on the back from Namco Bandai. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why, because it's pure speculation. It doesn't matter why he does what he does. What matters is to show that he doesn't know what he's talking about. That is the important part. This is why I went into the trenches of extracting answers out of his nose when it came to certain Season 2 moves, which he couldn't answer a single thing about, and even was completely unaware of how situations worked. I swear, if Jason never had showed up on the stream before, I wouldn't think he was a real person. It's funny how many people thought that this guy is literally a bot. I like the flat earther comparison people are making in this debate. It's pretty much like those. A flat earther will make bold claims about knowing so much about Earth and why it's flat, but then a scientist will test that knowledge with data and numbers to back it up. The flat earther would get angry about it being a personal attack about not knowing the specific number of how things work instead of digesting the information to back up their claims. Now listen to this. Listen to also the words he has for other players. I want you to really listen to him here. I maybe have to make this a little bit louder so every one of you motherfuckers gets this message, how he treats people and what the words he uses for other people. Listen to this.
But you know what? I always wait for the data. You know, they did increase
Listen.
sidestep.
Okay, here's FDX's tweet, and honestly, it's frustrating to read because it shows he's still fairly new to Tekken as a franchise. That doesn't sound right to me, so why is he regurgitating these bad assumptions? I've been playing Tekken for 30 years. I've run more tournaments than he ever will. Back in the day, I was a regional threat, had some national recognition, and I was originally trained by the OG American Koreans, Howard and Tommy Hilfiger. I got the bona fides.
This is something that I found really funny. So you shall never forget the American Koreans. Is that clear, guys? I want to make sure you all are getting this. So it doesn't matter if it's a little bit loud now. You have to do us the honor, every single one of you in chat, and now watch these 5 minutes. You will not regret it. You will not. This is the ice cream I talk about, all right?
Because again, I know the history of Tekken, like I was saying. But you know what? I always wait for the data.
Because it shows he's still fairly new to Tekken as a franchise. I've been playing Tekken for 30 years. I've run more tournaments than he ever will. I was a regional threat, had some national recognition, and I was originally trained by the OG American Koreans, Howard and Tommy Hilfiger. I got the bona fides to speak on this. I got you beat. Been playing competitive since the 90s. I know this because playing the pro circuit before there was even a pro circuit, traveling, like I said, in the late 90s with the OG Tekken elites like Eddie Pistons, Truth, JOP, Tommy Hilfiger, Slips. I played decently at these events. Some of our events I even won. The biggest large event probably being a New Mexico event, I won with well over 100 players. Got third. That's not bad. And we're talking with players with like Truth and Tommy Hilfiger and Eddie Pistons.
Bro, you don't know me. Here's some background. Played since Tekken 1 and for over 30 years. Was one of the first players to be taught by American Koreans, Howard and Tommy Hilfiger. I won large events with 100 plus people. These wins from mostly Tag 1, Tekken 4 and Tekken 5. You're wrong. Tekken 8 is a great game. Respectfully, I have put more time into the Tekken franchise than you have. I guarantee it. I was taught by the original American Koreans, Howard and Tom Hilfiger. Playing Tekken for decades and at one time being a national caliber player during Tag 1. Anyway, fuck this shit. Who is this Tom Hilfiger guy?
This match is between Tom Hilfiger and Junior Lime from Korea. Tom Hilfiger actually is a very unique player in that among the entire series of Tekken, he is actually the only American player who was actually the best in the world because he traveled to Korea and he did really, really well against the top ranked players. This was the first time, as far as I know, an American player a Korean player was not able to win traveling to America and lost to an American player. This is the first time that ever happened. However, in the year 2010, 8 years after this tournament, Nin from Korea came over to America, and he told me, and this was in the year 2010, he told me as a response to that question that people still talk about, and this again was in the year 2010, people still talk about Junior Lime losing to Tom Hilfiger.
Oh, looks like we got a Mishima match. There we go, nice. Starts off the match, good spacing between both players right now. Went for a sidestep too. Good punish from Tom Hilfiger. Nice codfish punish, standing 4. Tom Hilfiger doing great right now. More hell sweeps. More hell sweeps. Damn. What you gonna do against it? And again, Rich backs off a little bit. Nice 1-1-2. Opens him up. Oh, critical codfish there.
Tom was actually the first person that like really like showed me like what like, you know, a lot of cheap shit was in this game.
That's right. In the tag one, you just looked really different. You didn't see all the people in the background.
Yeah, like I really don't remember this stage.
All right, so Tom takes it 2-1.
Man, there has been someone here, I'm not going to name names, that's been talking a lot of trash.
Really?
Because it shows he's still fairly new to Tekken as a franchise.
Tom Hilfiger.
Thank you. Yes, I prepared that in like an hour or so. TomHilfiger.exe. Because I know who Tom Hilfiger is. Now what I will tell you is wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. He is completely over-exaggerating how good he was. I will tell you that for fucking free. Because otherwise, you wouldn't tell anyone, you wouldn't tell every single comment you write, 30 years of Tekken experience, American Koreans, Kim Howard, and Tom Hilfiger, blah, blah, blah. I was mega sick. Because let me tell you something, bro, my bro. If you watch Game of Thrones, you would know that if you constantly have to say you are king, you are no king. Alright? And I say this because I am not the one. You can ask about how I play. You can go on my channel. There are videos with me playing Heihachi in Tekken 8. I made like a whole of 10 or 15 ranked games that you can watch. You can call me a scrub or whatever. You can watch all my live streams. That's not about that. It's about that I don't go around. I don't go around and tell people how sick I am and 30 years of Tekken experience and thousands of hours of Tekken 8, thousands of fucking hours of Tekken 8, and you play like this. Because, let me tell you, it's not even about his fucking defense stat or his rank. You can ignore his fucking rank. It's not about that. It's about the playmaking here, guys. It's not about his rank or his defense stat. It's about that he tells me, oh, come on, I don't have like that much time, blah, 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 but he's in every comment writing that he has thousands of hours of Tekken 8. And this is how he plays. And if you don't believe me, go here and watch the replays. There is no KBD. There is not a single KBD. He doesn't punish anything. Okay? This is literally like Fujin. I don't know, he shouldn't be Tekken King, he should be Fujin. And again, it's not about only his rank or his defense stats. That is not the point here. The point here is his decision making. And you can see that it's like, it doesn't make sense. For example, what is this? This is your main character. Your routing is terrible. This is super risky. And now, for an old head, as someone in the chat wrote, you should know maybe Law's 10-hit string. And then here, right? Like, Junkyard, no low parry from an old head? I mean, I don't even fucking know since how long that move is in the fucking game. And then, save in heat. But look, random back 3. Okay. But here, okay, offense, look, it doesn't make sense. Into backlash, it's terrible. You saw that KBD here? Here, feast your eyes. Feast your eyes. Here. Yeah, I wonder why the guy doesn't like KBD. Oh. Huh? Look, again, it's not about his ranked or whatever, but the guy goes around, says he has thousands of hours, trained by the American Koreans, who are legit, right? Tom Hilfiger, I showed you, he is Tom Hilfiger, right? I mean, it's not even, this is one thing, right, Mario? He doesn't need to be good at the game. You don't need to be good at the game. You don't. You don't need to be good at the game. But the fact is, he goes around telling people 30 years of experience, thousands of hours of Tekken 8. Is that not enough? That is the two factors here. I would have no problem with him being like bad. That is not the problem. That is not the. It's also not a problem that he plays Horang. I like Horang.
I slayed the so-called Dragon Slayer.
What?
Don't take his word for it. I had an independent voice analyze the debate.
You can't be fucking kidding me.
I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. I know.
To be fair to Flynn, he does have...
The fuck?
Flynn? Evaded specifics when pressed, often defaulting to holistic or fun.
You can't be for real, bro. Bro, everyone at you at home, test this yourself. Okay, so I'm here with Chris. And Chris is just someone who basically was here from day 0. Like, he knew about the Nova Psych stuff, everything, and I really like his takes on things, and I think his perspective on it is always like very entertaining. And he also knows and followed the whole Jason Montoya stuff. So, you know what, Chris, because we actually never talked about it in general. What was your take on the whole thing? Like, how did you think about it?
On the debate with Jason on mic?
Yeah, for example. Yeah, do you have some takes on that?
Yeah, it's kind of a loaded question, but I can answer you pretty quickly by telling you that the comments on Mike's video will really tell you the whole story. Like, so many people clown on that guy, and rightfully so, because he goes in there and he's like, he presents himself as some kind of fucking debate master or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he keeps saying like, well, you have to look at it holistically, and like, you really have to appreciate the nuances and all these other statements. But these are such empty phrases. Like, he has no fucking thoughts in his head. Like, he's just prattling like an idiot. And as soon as anyone contradicts him, he starts crying to the moderator like, hey, this is a personal attack here, okay?
Yeah.
You can't be, moderator, help me, please. This guy's breaking my nose over here. Come on, I'm just a guy. I'm about to be a grandpa, man. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, like, and he acts like he's like some old man on the street being fucking beaten up for his pocket money, basically. When he is the one saying outrageous things and then refusing to answer any direct questions.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, you know, the one thing, so we both know already that he made actually a like sort of response video. We will get to how he introduced that under Mike's comments. But do you have, you are in my stream right now, right? You see this paint picture I have up. You see this, right? So this is, and I am not fucking kidding, because people maybe don't get me on like how weird this is. I mean, so what happened is I didn't even get yet to him. I was only on season 2, right? I was only on season 2 with him. He bailed on me in the debate, even though he said he has the whole day. Well, go figure. But I only got to him until like season 2, and I was just warming up, right? And all I wanted to do is ask him if he even understands what he talks about, if he makes tweets where he says, you know, season 2 overall, the vast majority was excellent, all that shit. I was just asking, do you even know what we talk about here? And obviously he didn't. But then you look at the comments, and all of these comments, these are all individual fucking comments under Mike's stream, under this one stream. This is not even the shit he usually also says with like Tom Hilfiger and shit, who is obviously an insane legend. But I mean, you get this, right? Like, what is it? Human being. He dismisses the reality. You think that any human being, me or others who have 30 years of experience, 1,000 hours of Tekken 8, no, it's unreasonable. He dismisses my 30 years experience, thousands of hours of Tekken 8, 30 years of experience, thousands of hours of Tekken 8. It's not 30 years of experience. Like you see this, right? Like look, it goes on.
It's crazy how much he repeats this, and it'd be less weird almost if he was copy pasting the same message entirely, but that's not what you see. He's not like if he was just taking one block of text and copy and pasting it. You can say it's lazy and arguably weird, but it's not nearly as weird as repeating the phrases 30 years of experience, thousands of hours, 30 years of experience, thousands of hours, just over and over ad nauseum in all these different comments, as if he cannot think of any other way to phrase it. Like, these are the only words that exist in his mind. Like, he's such a, I don't know, he's some kind of unevolved cave creature that doesn't know how to use his fucking words.
The funny part is, you saw in the live segment, by the way, I plan to like condense all of this shit, like all of it, into like a supercut, right? Like into 40 minutes or something. Everything is in there, like digestible. But this is part of it because you already saw how it then actually looks like when he plays in game. His thousands, quote, 30 years of playing, thousands of hours in Tekken 8. Thousands of hours in Tekken 8. You saw how that looked like. The guy isn't punishing the guy isn't, for example, I saw, it wasn't only the lore game. I saw so many games, like all of it that was available. And, he doesn't punish Blonde Bomb. He doesn't, all the time, Fang lands down back 3. He is mashing into that. Almost all the time he gets heat engaged on. He is like mashing Heat Burst or mashing some form of Power Crush. There is not a single KBD. He doesn't punish basics. His own routing on the character is dog shit. His own decision making is literally like green rank level. It is an insult to most Fujin rank players to say that they are as bad as Jason Montoya is. And that is not, 30 years of experience, what does that mean if you literally, with Horang, throw out down back 4-4? Not even the good stuff, right? Not even single down back 4. The good stuff. No. You throw out down back 4-4. You remember when he called back 1 from Brian a poke?
Yes.
No,
yes.
It doesn't surprise you, right? Because this guy pokes with back 3 from Horang. with a launch punishable fucking launcher, bro. He is poking with that. And I'm like, my bro, what are you talking about? So, but
remember, what does he have in ranked matches? Like over 2,700 ranked matches with Horang, right?
Yeah, he's like 2,200 whatever ranked and a shit ton of quick matches on top of that. So he is actually not even lying about like thousands of hours of Tekken 8. But if that is what, like your decision making in game, that says something about you, right? Like it's not even about, can you beat like, I don't know, Gosane or whoever, like in you, can you beat fucking Ninja Killer, holy shit, right? It's not about that. It's about that he talks all of this and calls people that may have problems with the game over dramatic, part of the his logic is so fucked up. I think in one of those comments it's in here where he says like, the negativity that people like me or almost anyone else, like FDX, you remember his crash out, bro? The guy opened Street Fighter 6 on stream.
Yeah.
So he is of the opinion that this negativity that people had in their mouths about it, that is the reason why people quit. Not that the update was actually kind of bad.
Yeah, and just to hit real quick on this thing again, since we still have this on stream, he keeps emphasizing like so many years and so many hours ad nauseum. But the funny thing is, if you watch the debate, remember when he starts going on about like, oh, I'm sorry, bro, that I don't meet finn's fucking standard of what my knowledge needs to be, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, he himself says, oh, I have thousands of hours in the game. Right?
Exactly.
If you have thousands of hours, then this is not an unreasonable standard.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, sure, if you only played the game for like, I don't know, 300 hours, maybe you wouldn't know all that much about it. 300 hours is not that much in Tekken, all things considered, right? But I mean, 1,000 hours or thousands of hours, whichever it is, because you'll notice he says both interchangeably. Sometimes he says 1,000 hours, sometimes he says thousands of hours, and there's a big difference between 1,000 hours and 2,000 hours, but let's just ignore that. if you've played that much, then you should be able to answer basic questions about your own character. And when you ask him things like, "Hey, did you think Leo's back 1-4 not being sidesteppable? Did you think that was sick?" He should not be responding, "Well, I'm not really interested in Leo, bro, so I don't really know about that one."
He didn't
Like,
even know about that one. I'm like, bro, that is a general design philosophy that we saw in this. Like,
it's such a basic thing. It's such like a layer 1 thing. Like, okay, Leo back 1-4. You used to be able to sidestep, now you can't. Is that sick? Well, I don't really love Leo that much to know all that, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry I don't meet your standards. You know?
And this is where,
Like,
you know, I told him, or like I was about, you know, my point was the developers themselves acknowledged that the team who did this fucked up so fucking heavily. This was one of the first things they reverted, that it is, again, steppable. Now, obviously, that is like, okay. But, you know, the remnants there's still so much in the game. And again, we didn't even get into the other shit. Like, we didn't even get into the full heat package or power crushes or something like that. We didn't even get to that because the guy made it really, really hard on me. And, you know, for every fucking move, instead of him simply saying, "I don't know," which is all I wanted to showcase, right? All I wanted to showcase is the guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Everyone knew that anyways, right? Everyone already knew that. But I was, you know, you saw how many people thought the guy isn't real, right? He's like a bot. This was also part of it. I wanted to know if he is like actually real, even. Like, how funny is this? But, well...
It's so weird. He talks in real life like he's ChatGPT, just repeating stock phrases and just fucking deflecting and not answering direct questions and just rambling nonsense. Like, he talks like ChatGPT, which is not surprising if you know, as I know, how much he loves ChatGPT and how much he uses it, and for what things he uses it as well. You know... But I really wish you had been able to hit him more on this thing where he keeps talking about how they made heat engagers less plus. That's true.
I wanted to get into that.
This is something that you couldn't get to because he keeps like evading every single question and derailing everything into pointless tangents that have nothing to do with what you're asking him. The problem is, just briefly, yes, it's less plus. It's +9, not +17. But they gave you the option to go into full crouch off a heat engager. So characters are getting full crouch mix-ups at +9. It's not better than the +17. I mean, it's functionally almost
it's not
worse.
Universally it's not universally better. And you know, every Tekken player learns, oh, I got punished, I'm -9. Well, in like 99 out of 100 cases, I probably shouldn't press here because it's like a direct invitation to get like completely blown up. So yeah, I unfortunately I couldn't get into that with him and all the other shit. But from what happened, or like the debate that far, he actually replied, and I want to highlight this. Let me quickly change scenes here. So if we scroll down here, there is one of the newer comments. Maybe I should just newest first, because there should be. Oh yes. So here you see this comment, right? So for people who don't know, Jason, apparently, I won the debate per independent analysis on my channel. I have the receipts and proof.
Well, when you came to me, you showed me this and said, you said basically, did he put this through ChatGPT or some shit? Just with this comment. And my first thought was, no, that's absurd. Like, clearly what he means by independent analysis is like, okay, he went into some Discord server and asked people, like, what did you think, right? And he got someone to give him some opinion about something. Surely he didn't just plug this into ChatGPT and ask if
Surely he didn't.
Surely he didn't.
Surely he didn't, but... So he made this video, which is like what we wanted to take a look at. The Dragon Slayer. Because
yes, I also haven't seen this video. I only know that he uses ChatGPT because we can see in the thumbnail. And I opened this video and saw some of the comments, but I haven't seen what actually goes on in it. So I mean, but this before we even start, I mean, this is a 17-minute video. He must have some good points to make here.
I hope he has. We could maybe make it at 1.5. Yeah, maybe let's. Let's see how if we need to.
Yeah. Well, let's see how he's going.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. All right. Let's get into this.
Bro, I already am triggered, right? Just because of how, like, this... This smile, like this, I'm already fucking triggered about this shit because, like, I get reminded of this arrogant tone already with how much arrogance he likes to usually reply to people and say, I trained with the original Koreans, you got nothing on me, I compete in this game since 30 years, I have thousands of hours, I already get, sorry.
So I had my first ever live debate on stream, and I slayed the so-called Dragon Slayer.
Wait, what? Did he get my title wrong?
And I slayed the so-called Dragon Slayer.
What? Hold on. So wait, the title of this video isn't even referring to himself as the Dragon Slayer, as would make sense. He thinks you're called the Dragon Slayer?
I mean, then he didn't listen, but that is part for the course with him, right?
That's what we expect already, alright. So,
and don't take my word for it. Don't take his word for it. I had an independent voice analyze the debate.
I'm fucking kidding me.
I can't deal with this. I know, because I already know it's ChatGPT. I can't deal with how he presents this. An independent voice of a soulless language model has told me that I have won. But let's see. Oh, no, he has the receipts. Let's
Overwhelmingly, that my positions were the stronger ones. Now, a caveat. I am not a trained debater, and it shows. I got stuck.
Do you think I'm a trained debater? Like, do you?
I don't think you need to be trained to have a fucking opinion.
I just come prepared.
Yeah.
Like, just the minimum standard.
But emotional details, because the other debater told me up front he wasn't going to be nice.
Oh.
Quite the opposite. He was there and to be essentially mean.
I tried to be honest with him, right? I said, look, what am I supposed to do? I tried to be honest and not to, like, blindside him. Like, I was honest about the fact I don't like how you behave. Here's why, for example, how you utterly misrepresent speed kicks on this. How you...
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
The thing is, you do come on strong because you say immediately, like, I'm not here to be nice. I have these grievances. So, but you're not necessarily, like... That's not necessarily an attack in and of itself. You're just setting the tone and saying, like, look, I'm pissed, so don't think I'm not going to act pissed, like, right off the bat.
Yeah, I don't like.
There you can, I mean,
I just think he behaves incredibly dishonest. I don't like his tone. I don't like how he flaunders his, like, 30 years of experience, how he says other people are misleading without any arguments whatsoever. Besides his straw man of, like, people say the game is a literal casino or a literal coin flip, which no one means seriously. This is a literal straw man, which is why he picks this shit. He picks this straw man shit of, like, the game is a literal 50-50. It isn't, but he picks that and makes it out as if that is actually the counter position to him, which it isn't, because it is such a weak straw man that even a like him can attack it. That is why he does it. In my opinion, that is why he does it. That's my opinion.
All right. I think you're right about that, but you're being a bit mean to by comparing them to Jason Montoya.
Yeah, but...
Instead of focusing on Tekken 8, he made it about me, claiming I didn't have the expertise to even speak on the game. But if 30 years of experience and 1,000 hours in Tekken 8 isn't enough, then nothing is ever going to be enough.
Once again, I will probably cut in here how his thousands of hours look like, but it doesn't matter. It's...
To be fair to Flynn, he does have...
The fuck?
Flynn? Yeah,
like,
also he repeatedly calls Asuka Asuka as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, but yeah.
Grasp on the technical side. He knows frame data down to the exact number. My style is different. I play more instinctively. I know whether a move gives small advantage or big advantage, +4, +5, and I know the correct punish or correct
Hold on, stop. Big advantage or small advantage, and his examples are +5 and +4, as if there's a big meaningful difference between those. Maybe he gets to a point here. Let's see.
Yeah.
I
want to hear about his instinctual
memorize
style.
every number, and honestly, most players are like me. Unless you're a pro, how many of you memorize 50%, 80%, or 100% of the frame data?
Once I want to correct him here already. It's not about that you know 80%, 100%, or even 10% about the game. He makes assessments, very strong assessments, against and for Season 2. Against in the terms of that he says other people are over dramatic and overreacting about this, even though he doesn't even know what exactly we are talking about. So it's not about that you know like 100% about the game. No one knows that. No one, not even no one, no one. No one even knows 50% of the whole frame data and properties in Tekken. No one.
Yeah. So the thing is, like you said, he comes on with such a strong opinion against people who feel that, the game is fucked up. But then he doesn't even know enough to know if the game is fucked up. He's saying,
he turns it into a straw
I just
man.
play on instinct, So like my instincts tell me the game is not fucked up. So I'm gonna just
So immediately he does it again. This trick where he turns something that no one has ever said this. He again does this. I call it the American thing. I'm sorry, where he turns shit that no one ever has said into a straw man, where he was in multiple comments saying, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know I need to know 90% of the frame data in the game." No, you don't. But you maybe, if you make that strong assessments of how sick shit actually is and how overdramatic people are about Season 2, for example, you should know a thing or two about specifics about Season 2. It's not that hard to understand, but the guy does the straw man argument. Oh, he expects me to know everything about the game.
Classic.
We are not even here.
Not knowing every frame doesn't mean you can't recognize punish opportunities, advantage states, and share insights. Because Finn said he was there to essentially be mean, I reacted to it. If you punch at me, I'm gonna punch back. That bogged things down. And it took me until the last minute of the debate to calm down and really address his main point. That because
one of my main points was, for example, just certain moves in Season 2 which he couldn't say anything about because he doesn't know. He just doesn't know. But
don't have his
he also claims to have been punching back when, as far as I saw, the whole time he was just stepping side to side trying to avoid your punches and not actually. He didn't throw any punches back. He just dodged everything.
Good point. Very good point.
Exact level of technical expertise, my opinion is invalid. But who decides that standard? Does a person have to be a pro traveling to international events before their opinion counts? Or is 40% of the frame data memorized enough? Or 90%? Who sets that?
Look, again, it makes me, sorry, but it makes me fucking angry that he goes on with it. I never said something like this. I never. I said my standard is, I even told him that. I told him that in the debate, so-called debate, I told him my standard is that you know what you talk about, what you have a strong stance on. And you have a very strong stance on Season 2 that the vast majority of the update was excellent and only 1% needed slight tuning. It needed slight tuning. If you have, then I expect you to say something about this particular thing you have a strong stance on. Chris, tell me if I'm fucking mentally ill.
No, that's exactly it. He keeps, again, constructing this thing where it's like, how in-depth does your knowledge have to be to justify having an opinion this way or that way? It's not about that. It's never been about that. It's a stupid fucking straw man. Because the thing is, people say their opinion. People say, I think the game is whack. And then he goes to them and says, I think you should stop being so negative and overreacting so much. And I really think we should focus on the positivity because, I think the game is sick. And I think you're really doing more harm to this community than the actual patch has done with your negativity and your misleading hyperbolic language. It was one of his favorite terms, hyperbolic language. But the dude does not even know what those people are saying is whack because he's fully admitting I don't know. He gives 40% as an example. So, okay, you don't know 60% of the frames on any of the new moves. Then how do you know if it's whack or not? How do you know those people are overreacting?
Yeah.
Or if they're reacting directly in proportion to what was done?
Exactly. Sorry, let's we can't.
Let me also address his claim about Horong's new move having no counterplay. I found a video that...
Wait, he's lying. He is immediately... Okay, bro, now it gets really... Okay, so this guy is just an utter... This is what I mean. This guy is not nice. He's not here in good faith. I have never said that the move has no counterplay. I said what the situation that ensues if this move gets, for example, blocked as a 14-frame mid is completely unreasonable. It is not reasonable. That is what I said, and I exactly described to him how it works and what the counterplay is and isn't. Because, and let me already spoil you on... Yeah.
Go ahead. I appreciate you clarifying that, but the funny thing is you said that in the debate as well, and his thick skull has still not absorbed the information that is not what you were saying.
It's so stupid. I told him even... no, I even... Do you remember I even said, is this the sickest, most broken move in the history of Tekken? No, it isn't. But is this RPS situation that ensues on block from a move that also acts as a counter hit tool, is that reasonable? Do you like this? Do you think this is okay, Jason? And good, like, does this in any way enhance the Tekken experience? A new move like this, a new Season 2 move like this? This is my question. I tell you why I don't think so. I present my case, and then we can have legit. Give me your take, Jason. Give me your take. But we couldn't even get there because he didn't know in exactly what situation this move even leads to. And now the really funny part, because oh God, we could already almost ignore this because I already saw this because I read this. This gets really funny. You see this, right? So you see this, right? Here's the Horang counter play video, Tekken 8 anti-Horang guide, how to beat Horang by Bazooka, right? Now it gets really funny. Because while I leapt this specific situation completely out, do you know what video I had open to make really sure I don't talk any bullshit and situations I might overlook?
It'd be a funny coincidence if it was this one.
It is exactly this video.
Yes.
So exactly this video I had open, and Bazooka also acknowledges the exact same things. You can go into this direction, you will beat all of these options, those you will not. You can go into this, but then this will catch. See, he fully acknowledges the situation. So I don't know what he talks about. I hope he will give me an exact quote, because he will not. I want an exact quote, what I said about the move and the ensuing situation, and what I was wrong about, because it's all on tape. It's literally all on tape.
Yeah, let's see what he has for us. Let's see what he
breaks
says.
down 3-4 Horang's move, and it shows a ton of counterplay. So while he sounded convincing in the moment, in full analysis, he was flat out wrong. I'll link that video below. Now, I'll admit, I was rough on optics.
Okay, I will say that, okay, that's it. That's all he says, where I was wrong. It's all he says.
Yeah.
That's all he says. Everyone who hears this, any one of you stupid motherfuckers can open up the game, go to exactly in Mike Hollow's stream where I mentioned 4-3, for example, or any other move, and you go in and you word for word what I say, test it. Test it. Test what. Does he think me a fool? Do you actually think I would have all of this information if I had not leapt this shit out? Like, do you really think I am that stupid that I leave myself open to be clowned on like this? Really?
I got too emotional, interrupted too much, and it delayed the real discussion. But I came into the debate not to win an argument, because you know that's not the way I operate if you see my other videos. I want to discover truth together. That's what I said multiple times. It's hard to do that when somebody announces they're not there in good faith. They're not.
Chris, would you agree that we don't really necessarily need to discover truth, and especially maybe he should actually discover truth a little bit more previously, because we don't need to, like, when he says truth, but he doesn't even know what situations are created by what moves and how those moves work. How can he talk about the word truth here? I don't get it.
Well, if he doesn't know, then one possible way to discover the truth, as he puts it, would be to discover what the actual situation is, if he doesn't know it, and to admit, like, okay, I don't know. Can you explain this to me a bit more? And then we can see what we think about that, right? But that's not what he does. He just, anytime you present him with a situation he doesn't understand or a question he doesn't want to answer, he just gives some stupid dismissal and just, like, waves it away and then gets all emotional, as he puts it. I guess it was bad for his optics, right? But he just doesn't address fucking anything other than by going on some insane, like, black and white polar opposite argument of, like, okay, either you must be saying the move is fine or it's the most broken thing in history and has no counterplay.
He makes these,
there's no, and it's funny because he loves talking about nuance. He loves using the word nuance, but he doesn't understand any nuance. He only knows black and white situations of either this must be removed immediately or this is fine.
Yeah. And, you know, this is the real frustrating part also when I told, like, his only counterpoint, he didn't even say it's too strong. The only, or obnoxious or anything. He just said, I remember it with Asuka, he said, no, this is in the stream. He literally, and I quote him now, the new moves were fine because they were fun. They are fun to do.
That is subjective, but I don't know.
I agree with that point, but the thing is, down 3 from Akuma is also fun to use. That is an unseeable launch. So where do we get, like, what is this kind of argument? Okay, and again, if his stance is, for me, this shit is fun, right? For me, Launch Leroy was also fun, right? If this is simply his stance, for me, Launch Leroy is fun. Okay, fine. I don't have a problem with your take here. But he goes to people who say, this is literally what he does. This is literally what he does. He goes to people pointing out, for example, Launch Leroy is a bit problematic, to say the least. And he says, you're overdramatic. You're so overdramatic, bro. It's like, come on.
You know, it's funny as well. Remember when Season 2 first came out, and when you teched a throw, you would take chip damage? Remember that? You know, people were quite negative about that. So negative, in fact, that the developers changed that in Season 2. They were like, okay, this is too much. We can't do this. People hate this, right?
And they thought it's a good idea until people clapped back.
Until it's amazing to me it even got into an official version of the game. It's that bad of an idea. And they put that in. And the only reason they changed it is because people reacted so strongly to it. So I ask you, were those people being over dramatic, or were they being perfectly dramatic proportional to what was served to them? Because it was that fucking bad.
Yep, I get it.
Not there to be nice. That throws off the whole discussion. So who can cut through the noise and determine who actually won? Fans of mine on Twitter can't be objective. They already like that I stand up for Tekken 8. And fans of Mike's channel, they can't be...
Okay, I want to... Oh, wait, sorry. Let him finish this segment.
Stand up for Tekken 8. And fans of Mike's channel, they can't be objective either. That channel is infamous for hating Tekken 8. And Finn, he declared himself the Great Dragon winner. That's an echo chamber
The Great Dragon
I've ever seen one.
Well, so first of all, what this clown obviously fails to mention is that I told everyone to challenge me on anything I've ever said about Tekken 8 or Jason Montoya or Tekken in general. What will not surprise you is that most of the time people don't come. But I want to make one thing really clear. First of all, funny enough that he doesn't say that about my channel. Already egregious that he says that about Mike. Mike is someone who like made nothing but like advertisement for Tekken 8, especially in Season 1. You know, played the game so much, said, hey, this is like good shit. This game can be really good. This game can get really fucking good.
I would honestly say, like, yeah, as far as there's no such thing as an unbiased opinion of a fighting game, but as far as Mike and Tekken 8, that's probably the closest thing you're gonna get. Like he was coming off of MK1, which he was very unhappy with, as I recall it, and he was in a position where he was very charitable towards the game because, I mean, he was unhappy with MK. He wanted something cool to play, and Tekken was there, right? It's the same case for I think Tom Brady and a lot of others at that time that it happened. You know.
Oh yes, I remember. Yeah.
The game just came out at the right time for a lot of MK players, myself included, by the way. That's also my history. And so, no, I don't think Mike is predisposed to dislike Tekken 8. I think it's actually the opposite. And so, you know, again, not that anyone can be objective about their subjective opinion of a fighting game, but I think Mike is pretty fucking close.
You know, what tilts me also so hard about this is this Tekken 8 hater kind of shit. Bro, do you not understand? Like, this guy has probably never taken a look at my channel and what videos are actually on there. How many hours and hours and hours, way more than anything I did of like hating on the game. I spent just doing my utmost best to make people like the game, to make people find some form of counterplay, get better at it, right? Especially with all the Blue Rank videos in Season 1. Hours of my time. All I want is that this game can be the best. Like, does he actually think that any Tekken player who is that emotional about it or that negative about it hates the game and wants it like to end? No, that's not what people want. People want that this game can reach like new heights, right? And this game has the foundation still to be the best fucking Tekken game we ever had. By the way, it still had. Remember, with Street Fighter V, it took until like 2020 for it to be like really fucking good. Really fucking good. So they can still do that, but I'm unhappy if I see with what kind of attitude they are handling this. Where it's like, we vow to progressively patch the game, then suddenly we get one significant patch in the summer before the bikini update, and then we get nothing. and they already say we want to focus on bug fixes and minor balance changes. My bro, this game has everything you can ask for. Insane graphics, crossplay, insta rematch. We finally have a decent, even though not perfect, practice mode yet. We have a insane modding community. We have a customization system, a fully body, whatever clove customization system, which almost no other fighting game has right now. And I think right now, probably actually no other fighting game has. This game has so much. And I refuse to believe, this is my main point, I refuse to believe that when I look at Street Fighter 6, and Street Fighter 6 has sold what? Let's say Street Fighter 6 has sold 4 to 5 million copies. Tekken 8 has sold between 3 and 4 million copies. Now, I refuse to believe that this is it. That Tekken 8 has like 5,000 players a day, average, and Street Fighter 6 has 35,000. How is that possible? How is it possible that Street Fighter just has this with not even double the amount of sales? Not even double the amount of sales. It has 6 to 7 times the player numbers. I refuse to believe that Tekken has to be this dog shit like small place. It can be so much better, and people can go back to how it was in Tekken 7, where people made so much advertisement how good this game is. And how, like people like Blasted Salami, right? You remember those videos, like the super high quality. The community made so much advertisement and was so positive about it that people continued to play, right? And it continued to steadily grow a little bit. I refused, and this guy is standing here and saying, nah, you're overdramatic. Well, it couldn't be more obvious, in my opinion.
No, you're absolutely right. But let him run his mouth a little more. I think he's about to get to the part where he says that ChatGPT gave him an objective analysis.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So I turn to something else, AI. If you've been keeping up with AI, you know AI has become a very strong debater and even serves as a debate judge in competitive formats. It is considered an objective voice that they use it in competitive formats to help determine who the winner is. And that's what I went and did. It doesn't play favorites, it just weighs substance. So I uploaded both the transcript and the audio of the debate into ChatGPT, one of the most advanced AIs in the world, and I didn't tilt the prompt. I wanted the results to be as objective as possible. And the verdict? In fact, I was the Dragon Slayer. Yes, it was messy. Yes, I got things to improve if I ever debate again. But when you strip out the noise,
we can do
the
it tomorrow,
personal
Jason.
attacks, the interruptions, and just weigh the arguments on their substance, I overwhelmingly came out on top. So take a look at the analysis yourself. You'll see it. I'll share it. The Great Dragon wasn't really so great, just mean-spirited. I fought him in good faith in the arena of ideas, and I walked away with what AI says is the win. Before we review this, I do want to say again, I consider people that play Tekken friends, as I'm from the old school arcades where we enjoyed the same game. That's all that matters. And it's okay if someone's enjoying it. It's okay if someone isn't.
That is what he just said. Perfectly fine. No problem with. I want to stress this again. That's not what I have a problem with him.
The world is big enough for all of us. Even if people aren't respectful to me, that's okay. I turn the other cheek and I try to be respectful back because it's the right thing to do. Regardless, thank you, Mike, for the opportunity to present the other side of the coin, and Finn for showing up and helping illustrate.
Didn't see any other side of the coin, but okay.
Straight the current state of the Tekken FGC. Okay, so here's the transcripts from ChatGPT, and I just blocked out the audio file's name because it recorded it with my address, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to show that. But as you can see, I prompt the AI very objectively. I'm not trying to sway its analysis at all. All I say is, here's a transcript.
So first of all, we actually don't know. Like we don't know what he actually put into there, but I will assume he put that shit into there. Why not?
An audio file on a debate on Tekken 8. Please review both files and determine who won.
Okay.
And so ChatGPT thought about it for a little bit, and then it says, I've gone through both transcripts, great T8 debate and the audio, to cross-check tone, delivery, and substance. Here's my assessment who won the debate. It says key points from the transcript. Debater A leaned heavily on data, tournament examples, and mechanical breakdowns. They cited evil results, discussed character variety, and challenged defense is dead claims with specific...
Wait.
Who's debater A?
That is what my question is. That can't be Jason.
No, that has to be Jason, because tone-wise...
But he didn't...
Wait a minute, hold on. Who is A and who is B?
Okay, let's see what B is.
Debater B relied more on feelings, community sentiment, and broad criticisms. They raised points like game feels like a casino, 50-50s dominate, and new moves ruined identity, but provided little supporting data.
Okay, hold on. So you have to be debater B, but okay,
but I have
this is already... You have never said many of these things.
Bro...
you have to be...
He's lying here, right?
You have to be debater B because of what...
But that is impossible.
A
I never said game feels like... I've never said this. I have said to him that this is literally... Wait a minute, you remember this, right? You remember when I said to him...
You brought this up as an example, and you're saying people are not literally saying the game is a casino. They're just using that as shorthand to express their feelings about what the meta is like. So, no, you never said it feels like a casino as a solid statement.
And I've also never said this. No, this has never left my mouth.
Okay, so already, yes, you've never said this. So already we're in a state where, as he's saying, ChatGPT is so, it's so objective. It can just analyze every last fucking molecule of the logos in this debate and determine who won objectively with no bias. It can't even accurately reflect what was even said in the debate, let alone make a judgment about it.
Bro.
In the transcript, A repeatedly pressed B for evidence. B often deflected or circled back to circled back to subjective experiences. So I'm debater A, and Finn is debater B. So it goes key points from the audio, because the first one was key points from the transcript. It goes tone-wise. Debater A came across calm, firm, but not hostile. The delivery was measured and confident. Because debater B sounded more frustrated at times with sharper edges. This weakened their persuasiveness.
Well, I mean, the audience cues come, but like I already smell that there's something really weird going on, because literally these things were never uttered from me in any way, shape, or form. So, okay.
Audio cues, small laughs, acknowledgements lean towards A, points landing more convincingly. And then it says debate balance. Strengths of debater A. You're
still there, Chris, right?
I'm still here. I'm still here.
Concrete examples, tournament data, mechanical nuance, maintained composure and professionalism, reframed arguments from feelings to facts and logics. Again, that's debater A. And this says weaknesses of debater B. And so that would be...
Okay, Jason, as a tip, you should be really careful with something like this. There were pictures here, you should be careful.
Relied on general sentiment rather than verifiable facts.
I will probably edit this out. I don't know what you could have seen there, but...
Moved into personal critiques instead of sticking to the game. Arguments felt repetitive without adding weight. Verdict. Debater A clearly won the debate. They combined data, tone, control, and logical framing to dismantle B's claims. While debater B reflected common frustrations in the FGC, they failed to substantiate them against A's structured rebuttals.
Structured rebuttals.
Okay,
Structured rebuttals. Is that what it thinks?
All the interruptions, the noise, and all the mudding of the waters, you would see it just like ChatGPT. And then it asks me, do you want me to also give you a round-by-round breakdown where A or B scored strongest, or just keep this overall verdict? I said, yes, please, round-by-round breakdown. It goes, perfect. Here's a round-by-round breakdown of the Tekken 8 debate based both on the transcript and the audio delivery. Round 1, opening statements. Debater A set the tone by stressing their long experience with Tekken, citing tournaments, and immediately anchoring arguments and facts, calm and confident. Debater B framed things around frustration. Game feels like a casino, and defense is gone.
Once again, I have to stress this. I have never... This is in quotation marks. This is literally in quotation marks. Okay, I will make the accusation that he literally fed this shit even like super... Like he didn't put that in there. The actual... He didn't. I think he put some of his videos or some shit in there.
I don't
because
know, but
it is literally in quotation marks. It is literally in quotation marks. I never said this.
Came in strong emotionally, but without grounding in evidence. Edge, debater A, strong framing and authority. Okay, so round 2, defense versus offense in Tekken 8. Says debater A brought up how heat and new tools shifted defensive options without eliminating them, and gave examples of pro players using defense actively. Says debater B repeated defense is dead without proof, leaned on.
You put in quotation marks. You
This
said
is in
defense is
quotation
dead.
marks.
You have said this, Finn. You said on Mike Hollow's show, defense is dead. Game feels like a casino. You said that. It's in quotations.
Bro, this is... What did he put in there? Because it, like... Wait a minute. I just... This literally shocks me now, because this is in quotation marks. At no point did I ever...
Community complaints didn't address A's examples. Says Edge, A, facts beats repetition. Round 3, character identities / new moves. Debater.
We also never directly talked about the 50-50 argument. We also never addressed directly this. We never did.
Okay, I think with the Evo Japan thing, I vaguely recall he may have mentioned the word Evo Japan at one point, but that was never a serious topic of conversation. It was only briefly mentioned.
All right, I mean...
Each character only got 1 to 3 new moves. 95 of his kits are unchanged, and variety in tournaments results provide identity is intact. Debater B claimed new moves ruined character uniqueness, but didn't show how or cite examples. Edge A, concise evidence dismantled broad.
No, wait a minute. This is a lie. I asked him, explain to me a law DSS. I asked him if he could tell me how this works. And he himself said, well, he didn't actually go into how it was identity ruined because it was part of his identity for 20 years. He didn't even know, I can tell you, he doesn't know what exactly happened to it, because he was only speaking about the execution that is gone, which is not the whole point. The point is that these DSS techniques were outright removed.
Claim. Casino 50-50 argument. This is round 4. Debater A explained that mix-ups are part of Tekken's DNA and pointed how high-level players manage risk-reward. Debater B relied on personal feelings, calling it random and too guess-heavy. Edge, debater A, contextualized mix-ups and design choice, not a flaw. Round 5, tournament results in Evo Japan. Debater A used Evo Japan results to show balance and character variety, noting Asuka, Jack, Dragunov, etc. all placing. Debater B brushed this off, saying tournaments don't reflect real player base. Edge A, hard data trumped dismissal. Round
Wait.
Debater B brushed this off, saying tournaments don't reflect real player base. Edge
Bro,
A,
what did he feed this
hard
thing?
data trumped dismissal. Round 6, community sentiment. Debater A acknowledged frustration, but argued toxicity magnifies issues beyond reality. Balanced
Chris,
empathy with critiquing of doomsaying.
I see it.
Debater
I just don't
B
know what to say to it.
repeated players are upset, game is broken. Edge, debater A.
Okay,
Showed
pause
nuance
this.
and empathy.
This guy, okay, he's reading a transcript of ChatGPT saying how it analyzed this debate, and these were the things that were said, and this is why who won what point. But it's saying things that were never, it's saying things that are completely inaccurate. It doesn't understand the debate at all. You keep speculating that he feed it something. I don't think he did. I think it's that bad at doing this.
I have a theory, but we will wait. I have a theory.
Without conceding.
What I was going to point out, though, is, okay, regardless of what he did, this is clearly not reality. Like, if he even remembers the debate, he would know that this isn't how things went. Regardless of who was said to have won or lost, these scenarios didn't even happen the way it's describing them. So obviously, its analysis is fucking dog shit. But he's touting it as like ChatGPT has determined beyond a shadow of a doubt that I am the Dragon Slayer.
Bro.
Summarized with emphasis on data, history of Tekken's evolution, and need for perspective. Tone steady. Debater B leaned heavily on game is bad and players are mad, closing with no new ground. Edge A, persuasive, professional, wrap up. And then it gives an overall scorecard. And then it goes on to say, overall scorecard, debater A won every round by combining facts, composure, and logical framing. Debater B had emotional passion but lacked evidence and lost credibility as the debate went on. Final verdict, debater A wins decisively. Ask me if I want to make like a YouTube video, like script out of it or something. But that's neither here nor there. So obviously, I did, from what ChatGPT says, did well.
Now we had a few more things, right? You actually asked, you actually
Can you put that on screen? That should be on your Discord.
Yeah, I can put this on screen, I think.
Yeah.
So here, you asked, okay, you gave him the independent analysis this poster refers to is ChatGPT. Assess how that reflects on his comment. The comment claims victory in a debate by citing independent analysis, but the fact that the independent analysis was actually ChatGPT undermines the credibility of that claim. So this is ChatGPT literally answering this, yeah?
Now listen, remember, ChatGPT is a very advanced AI, and it knows everything about rhetoric, all right? So everything it says here is accurate, without a shadow of a doubt.
ChatGPT is not an independent debating authority. It's a language model that can generate interpretations, summaries, or arguments based on input, but it doesn't serve as an objective arbiter of who won a debate. By leaning on it as proof of victory, the poster signals a misunderstanding of what such a tool can and cannot do. Here we have... This has few implications for this comment. Overstated authority, presenting ChatGPT's output as receipts and proof inflates its role beyond what it realistically offers. Self-validation loop, instead of appealing to qualified judges, audience polls, or expert commentators, the poster uses an AI output as external validation, which makes the argument look circular and self-serving. Tone of insecurity. The admission about poor optics and lack of debating training combined with the reliance on ChatGPT for validation reads as defensive, an attempt to salvage credibility by any means. Bro, ChatGPT is cooking him. ChatGPT cooks him. What the fuck? Overall, his comment comes across as earnest but misguided. It suggests he values substance over presentation, but in trying to prove that, he leaned on a source that doesn't actually carry the authority he thinks it does. This weakens his claim rather than strengthening it. Oh my god, bro. Holy shit. I didn't even read it. I saw you sent this. I was waiting. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah. So that's not my opinion. That's ChatGPT, and as we know, that's a very advanced AI that is very good at evaluating debates.
You literally didn't even frame this. So you didn't frame this. You just said access this, please.
I said assess this. So to his point, I did not slant the prompt, as he put it. I said assess how that reflects on this comment, and that's what it said. And you know what's funny about that actually is when you do ask it sort of questions like this, where it doesn't know something, it can search the web to try to get the answer to, answer your question or explain something. And when it does that, it'll not only show you that it accessed the web, but it'll show you citations for where it got its sources. And I notice on Jason's post, it doesn't show any sources, which means it didn't look anything up about Tekken 8. Ergo, it doesn't know anything about Tekken 8. It doesn't know what is a fact and what is a feeling or anything like that. It doesn't know what the fuck it's even talking about. Or it would have sources where it at least tries to get are those the frames on that move or anything? Like, you could have been completely wrong on the frames and it wouldn't even know because it didn't even check.
Because to me, this shit is just suspicious. Like, to me, this shit is incredibly suspicious. Why did he black this out?
He said something about, that had his address in it. I don't know why that would have his address, but I don't know.
I have a feeling that he is lying about this. I will just...
Let me offer an alternative perspective to him lying, which might help explain some of this. So here's the thing with ChatGPT. There is a setting, which I don't know if he's turned on or off, but I speculate he has it on, where it basically remembers your previous conversations. So he puts it here that, he didn't slant the prompt, but the thing is, even if he just prompted it like this, without any other context in that individual chat window, if he had previous discussions with ChatGPT where he talked about similar ideas, it would remember that, and it draws back on those previous conversations to slant its analysis. Even if you didn't slant the prompt, so to say, if you've basically primed the AI to think in certain ways about a topic, which again, it knows nothing about, because it doesn't have a repository of information about what is Tekken 8 or anything like that, unless it were to search the web, which it didn't here.
Because I don't know how this works, because I have the only thing I ever did with ChatGPT, because a friend has a premium version, is I made him I made Atif into Dr. Manhattan. Like, you can do, I
Yeah.
thought, like, hey, can ChatGPT do this? And they said yes. And I was like, okay, let me try this. And that I don't know how I don't know how this works, but I don't know. Here's a transcript and audio file. How do you get a transcript from the YouTube video, by the way?
That's a great question. I don't actually know the answer, I'm afraid. Maybe there's a way to do it with the closed
Probably,
captions
wait a
or
minute.
something.
No, wait. Did he download the audio, then put that into ChatGPT and said make a transcript out of that?
Possibly, I don't know.
But look,
I wouldn't know
I
anything
can
about
test this, right? I can put the actual debate audio in and show this for real, and ask it the exact same question, right? Here's a transcript and audio file on a debate on Tekken 8. So, Chris, fucking Chris, I don't even know how to start this. So, I already said before, I think this guy did some weird funny shit here, right? Now, what we did, and I can prove this. Here, this is JDownloader. I downloaded literally here the audio file from Mike's stream, and I used a website. You can see here. This is a 170 megabyte big file. I put it in my G drive and gave it here, as you can see, to Chris and the transcript. Every one of you motherfuckers can test this yourself. And remind me again, Chris, what were the words that Jason used to describe what ChatGPT is?
He said it's a very advanced AI, and he emphasized that it's actually so good at evaluating debate rhetoric that it has actually been used as a judge for debate contests to determine who won, which that shows you that if ChatGPT says somebody won, then they won.
So we both
right?
used the transcript, the audio file, and asked the exact same question that apparently Jason Montoya asked this piece of shit, yeah? The exact same phrasing, everything. No, don't use names or something, because already something gets noticed here, right? So you see this, right? This is my screen. Now,
yeah, I see it.
This is what I did. I've reviewed both. I told you not to read your shit because we wanted to do this live and with both our results. So I've reviewed both the transcript. Here's a breakdown of who won the Tekken 8 debate between finnT and Jason Montoya. I didn't ask it to use any names or player A or player or B or debater B or anything. You can all test this yourself. You can literally test this yourself. Jason's position, defend Tekken A as an evolution rather than destruction of the series, which is actually what he says. That is actually something he said. Arguing every Tekken has faced initial backlash but later became accepted. It's like, he even gives like points in the...
Yep. I pointed this out before.
Yeah.
In his version, it doesn't cite any sources for where it's pulling any information from. It's just making generalizations.
Wow. Empathize the need for balanced critique and positivity, warning against hyperbolic negativity, which is something he actually did. Drew on his long history in the Tekken community since Tekken Tag 1 90s competition. However, when pressed on specific mechanics, frame data, move properties, Season 2 changes, he often fell back on generalities like you are fucking kidding me! It's fun, it's preference, or I know enough.
That is a real quote. He did say that.
That is a real fucking quote! Bro! Eventually admitted he was more of a casual player in Tekken 8's current framework. But then, what do you think would have happened if I what do you think would ChatGPT's psychological analysis be if I feed all the comments he made about his 30-year experience and thousands of hours of Tekken 8 after the debate? If I would feed ChatGPT this, I think he would call him like a psychopath or some shit.
It wasn't very nice to him before, so you know.
Bro, this is insane. Okay, now my position. finnT's position. Pushed hard on mechanical specifics, frame data, move properties, heat mechanics, and balance issues. Demonstrated detailed knowledge of Tekken 8 Season 2 using concrete examples to challenge Jason's claims. Exposed gaps in Jason's knowledge when Jason couldn't answer about moves or mechanics, which weakened Jason's authority in the debate. At times, finnT pressed aggressively, sometimes drifting into personal criticism, which frustrated Jason. And he even you can all check this. This is it cites. You can if I click on this, let's see.
I don't know.
Wait, it makes me download something.
Let you download the file. I don't know.
Okay, I downloaded the file, but
Probably
it doesn't.
you just download the file. Yeah.
I probably can ask it to give me an exact point. Okay, moderator and audience reaction. Moderator clarified multiple times that finn's critique of Jason knowledge weren't personal attacks, but part of testing debate credibility. Exactly. Toward the end, the moderator himself admitted Finn did a good job showing Jason was casual relative to modern Tekken 8, and that Jason's old skills didn't translate. The audience and super chat donations leaned toward Finn, with multiple viewers mocking Jason for dodging yes/no questions and praising Finn for coming with facts. Yeah, I mean, this is what actually happened. You can disagree with all of you feel free to disagree with what they said, but this is what happened. Even Finn reflected that it wasn't much of a real debate since Jason couldn't engage at his level of detail. And it's not even fucking my level of detail, right? He couldn't, but it's not insane or anything, right? It's simply like, did you know that this was insanely plus and homing? Isn't it +2 or something? It's +11, you fucking idiot. Verdict. Finn won the debate. He demonstrated deeper knowledge of Tekken 8's system, which isn't hard to do. A fucking Fujin who is like into it enough can do that, guys. Exposed Jason's weaker grasp of mechanics and had both the moderator and audience siding with him by the end. Yes, I mean it was pretty obvious, right? But you can all judge this for yourself. But this is the whole fucking independent AI, yeah.
An independent voice has verified that Finn won the debate, and actually, 2 independent voices have now verified that. Would we like to go to the other screen where we see something?
Yes,
else?
I would like to. How do I do this?
Well, I'll screen share. And
Okay,
just,
please
record that.
So,
let me.
I disconnect mine, yeah? Whoops, sorry, doesn't matter. It's fine. Okay.
All right, can you see the window?
Yes, I can see the window. So, for those of you who don't know, Jason, what did you do? Sorry, Jason, what did you do? Excuse fucking me. Chris, what did you do?
Well, as you see, I've done the exact same thing as you. These are the exact same audio and text files. And the prompt is even exactly the same as how Jason wrote it, down to the letter. So there's nothing slanted here, certainly, as I know he values that. So, but the interesting thing here is that if you look at this, what do we see here? What do we see? Well, first of all, we also see that it does use the names of the participants, and it doesn't simply say debater A and debater B and bullshit like that. It says Jason Montoya and finnT, right? And look at this. Let's see. How accurate is this? It mentions the Speed Kicks tweet.
Damn!
It's citing exactly Speed Kicks.
Bro.
It's not just saying general shit and putting things in quotation marks that are not even
But it's funny,
quotes.
so your outcome is actually different than mine. But like with Jason Montoya's position, he defended Tekken 8 as an evolutionary step. Okay, so kind of same phrasing. He argued that complaints of casino defense or identity loss are overblown. His stance was that the game, while imperfect. Sorry, I'll let you do this. This is your result.
Yeah, no. I'm reading this for the first time, so I'm just trying to parse this. But I think it's interesting that if you look down here, it quotes him as saying holistic, that is what he said. We can all agree that was said quite a few times. Quite a few times. He argued that hyperbolic negativity hurts the community. Hyperbolic, again, his word, which he loved using. And again, you have here, effectively press Jason on contradictions, like misrepresenting Speedkick's tweets. Interesting. Push the debate toward mechanics, grounding arguments in concrete data rather than generalizations.
This is insane.
And this, okay. So what were the weaknesses?
This is interesting. Mm-hmm.
Jason relied on appeals to authority, his history, etc., rather than direct technical evidence. Evaded specifics when pressed, often defaulting to holistic or fun.
You can't be for real, bro. Bro, everyone at you at home, test this yourself. Do the exact same thing. Bro, this motherfucker lied about this. Chris, didn't I mean, the people heard it. Like, I knew he fucked with this. I knew he fed some insane bullshit.
Okay. Sometimes became defensive, interpreting your challenges as personal attacks. Personal attack, that's also a very direct quote. let's see, your style, confrontational at times, which risked derailing
Yeah.
the debate into arguments about tone and character rather than Tekken itself. Spent significant time focusing on his credibility instead of sticking purely to mechanics. Okay.
Okay, we can, yeah, okay, yeah.
Sure. Who won? Well, based on content strength, finnT had the stronger technical case. He repeatedly demonstrated deeper knowledge of the mechanics frame data balance issues. Jason was caught several times unable to provide details that supported his sweeping claims. Based on presentation, Jason communicated passion and community perspective, but lacked the technical depth to counter finn's mechanical challenges. His reliance on big-picture arguments came across as evasive under pressure. So, it's trying to say he won based on presentation and framing, but at the same time, it also says his argument made no sense.
Yeah.
So verdict, finnT won the debate on substance. He backed up his critiques with data and examples, while Jason often fell back on generalities. Jason's broader community framing resonated, but did not outweigh finn's technical dismantling of his claims.
That is almost brutal.
Well, there you have it. We've had the independent, advanced AI voice analyze this, and it gave us our verdict.
Wait, it doesn't. To you, to me, mine is on screen again. To me, it doesn't offer this shit. To you, it offers a point breakdown, right? He doesn't. This ChatGPT doesn't ask me this, but it asks. Can we do that?
Maybe a different setting. Hold on, let's see.
So again, he uses. It's funny. He uses exact quotes, right? Some ICFCs, Technical Prime, which is not even fucking good, right? This was not even fucking insane. I didn't do the fucking Omega shit. The casino defense identity loss question. Aha. Oh, and suddenly we Edge. Oh, wait a minute. Edge. Wait a minute. Edge even. Jason came across as composed comedy. Edge Finn. Is he fucking for real?
Interesting. I remember that when he did a point-by-point breakdown, it seemed to say that Debater A, as they were called, won every single argument.
Yes. Let's see if my chat if your ChatGPT shit is if this is a bit fair. If also maybe sometimes Jason comes in as Edge.
We'll see. Speed kicks, Edge, Finn, direct receipts, and press the credibility issue effectively. Jason's deflection sounded weaker here. Okay. Let's see. It also mentions how he was harping on you making it a personal attack there. Let's see. Let's see. Mechanics.
Hey, look, it says
ask Jason to identify the 1%.
It says Edge Finn in bold. Clearly
in bold.
Clearly. Bro.
It's even getting specific with he said 1% is fine, 1% is the issue, 99% is fine. Pointing out Oscar plus 11.
It goes into the
Leo back 1-4.
Bro. It even quotes Leo back 1-4 and shit.
Yeah, it wrote it weirdly, but it's saying back 1-4. Yeah.
Yeah. Holy bro, he fucked with this shit. Ultra hard.
Let's see.
Oh, okay, Edge mix.
Okay, so mix on rhetoric. So okay, let's see. So he had passion, but he became defensive when pressed. He sometimes accused you of bad faith, which shifted focus from content to tone. Assertive and relentless in questioning. I would say this is fairly accurate. This gave him an aura of authority, but at times it risked alienating listeners who might prefer a calmer tone.
I mean, if we would also inform ChatGPT of the fact that this is not my native language and that I'm German, who is like, we are like a war-waging nation.
Well, sure, but I mean, that would be, we'd be slanting it at that point, because then we'd be arguing your case, right? So we won't do that. But so it says he was more polished rhetorically, but your command of details gave credibility. Okay. Closing impressions. Jason left the impression of someone who cares deeply about community cohesion and the soul of the game, but who was weaker on footing when it came to technical arguments. You left the impression that you were passionate and done your homework, could cite specific changes in frame data, and challenge your opponent's use of evidence. Okay. Winner on substance, Finn. His technical delivery, let's see, gives you the advantage, and then Jason. Okay, so it's again saying strength of delivery, Jason. It kind of starts like that, but then it goes on to say, but the debate tilted toward mechanics where you would prevail. So it says, yeah, his delivery is maybe better because he's calmer and whatever, but I mean, that didn't matter for the argument
Wait,
at
it
all.
goes even further.
So-
Would you like me to... Do you see this?
Yeah, I see
Yeah, why
this.
not?
Hold on, let's see.
So now it goes... So now it takes actually
let's-
specific...
Raises the issue of RPS situations starting from 14 frame mids that are plus on block and... Oh my
Wait,
goodness,
an
look at this.
NC on counter hit. It even knows shit like this.
It's
Natural combo on counter hit. I never even used that, and ChatGPT knows about this. I never even
Yeah.
said natural combo on counter. I said it's natural on counter hit, but I didn't use NC, which is the actual, NCC.
Yeah, that's interesting. Let's see. Jason responds that all fighting games are rock, paper, scissors, and that every character has strong tools. finnT pushes back, saying Jason hasn't explained why these particular moves are good, and that dismissing criticisms as negativity sidesteps the issue. Interesting. That's what I remember happening.
That is also what I remember happening.
Jason suggests that pro player Speedkick supported his view of Tekken 8 being, quote, sick. Oh, interesting. It gives you the edge on this one. Yeah. Let's see. Identify the 1%. Leo's new low, +2 on block, -13 on block.
He has it wrong. It's
back
it's
1-3.
maybe why
It might
he
be
now he
that.
goes
Yeah.
Leo Bok low. So he has this mixed up here.
Yeah.
It's +2 on hit and -13 on guard. High tracking is
that's what
still
it's
correct. Asuka's back 2. Now okay, so now there the weaknesses get the weakness of ChatGPT get exposed a little bit, but in
Yeah, it's getting confused here.
yeah, and we didn't even get to much more. It's that crazy. Struggles to answer specific. He acknowledges he doesn't memorize like he used to. Yeah, bro, the 30. If we feed all of this bullshit of 30 years and thousands of hours of Tekken 8 to ChatGPT and make an assessment about Jason Montoya's mental state, I think we would get quite an interesting answer. This is insanity.
Well, I think we've shown all we can really show here. It's just going to keep elaborating on the same ideas. But this was gold. I'm glad we tried this.
And again, in this case, actually, I don't need to link you anything or just say, hey, watch this video in which Finn is just wrong. No, I can actually just tell you, do it yourself.
Honestly, I didn't. It's what I expected, but I was still surprised at how accurate it was, to be honest.
I didn't expect it.
I wasn't expecting... I thought it would get more confused, honestly, but it was very specific with things like emphasizing holistic. Like the fact that it picked up on that was, Bro, that was pretty good.
I mean, Chris, I give the last words here to you.
Well, I'm short a few points of IQ on Jason's account, so if anyone can donate some of those to me, I'd greatly appreciate it. We need at least 25, but I wouldn't say no to more. So if you have any spare lying around, I'd greatly appreciate the change. I'm only a poor beggar. So thank you.
Thank you.
AI. It is considered an objective voice that they use it in competitive formats to help determine who the winner is. And that's what I went and did. It doesn't play favorites. It just weighs substance.